So I'm really excited to be here today with one of my good friends and my personal trainer of many years, Jason Salinas. Me and him have a lot of history together, and every time I've gone through any kind of breakup, the first place I stop by and buy sessions with Jason. So he's helped me through a lot of emotional and personal issues by working out, keeping my head straight. And this year when I came back, going through my divorce, I again did the same thing, stopped by his gym and joined and started the whole training process. And I was just talking to him and realized that he was basically renting for the past 10 years. And I'm like, Jason, this is not right. You were like, you need to get into a house. And so I've been basically working with him during the whole time that we were training together, in his ear constantly, giving him rates and just trying to make sure that he gets into the mindset of buying a house. And he did, and he jumped on it. And originally, the biggest challenge with most business owners is the fact that they have a hard balance between writing off everything and showing income. And that's something that we had to educate him on how to do. And I helped up with his CPA and trying to really get him in a place to where he can actually show enough income to be able to afford this beautiful house. So without going too far into it, we were able to get him in contract, and I wanted to kind of turn it over to him and kind of get you guys an idea of his experience that he had with me. And I feel, like I said, I'm very happy that we finally were able to pull this off, and I felt like it was a very nice process for him. So Jason.
Yeah, I've been renting a house for 10 years, owned homes before, went through the whole economy crash, divorced myself, found myself renting, and at one point living literally paycheck to paycheck. And so it took some years to get in a position where my credit was built back up, and I started putting money away to put on a down payment. And of course, I have a lot of friends in the industry, a lot of realtors, a lot of loan officers, and some of them I've talked to before, hey, I'm thinking about getting a house, and they said, yeah, do this, and this. And unfortunately, I tend to procrastinate with certain things because I put a lot on my plate. And so when Ashton kind of came back into my life, was asking questions like, hey, you're still renting, living out, he was just the first person that was persistent on making me do the initial steps that I need to do. And the first thing was, hey, get your bank statements. I'm not leaving your gym today until you print them out for me. The second thing is, hey, you need to start looking. He just was in my ear constantly, and that's really what it took for me. And so I was all in and committed to him. And all of a sudden, he would ask me, have you been looking? And it was just a mental switch in my head where it was like, you know what, you need to take the steps and get going now. And so I looked at one house, wasn't for me. My realtor that I got partnered with showed me the second house. The minute I pulled up, I knew this was my house. I called him right away. I found my house, and so he's like, "Well, let's make it happen." So he pulled a lot of strings and did a lot of things in a very short amount of time. And even though I didn't see what was going on the back end, I know he was working his butt off. But for me, it was literally just an easy transition. I was meant to be in this house, and so I thank Ashton for pushing me to take the necessary steps. My rent was about to go up, and my rent would actually be more than what it was, I think almost 24, maybe 2,500. They might have been looking around or taking up even more. But my mortgage and interest?
Yeah, it was about 3,000. But the bottom line was he was able to get it for 10% down, which was a huge thing. I want to make sure he has enough cash to spend money, renovate, and do whatever he wanted to do inside the house. And one of the big caveats was that he actually filed for his 2020 tax while we're in contract.
Yeah, literally.
And I made him go down to IRS with me to file the taxes so we can actually get a stamp, so we can actually get almost replace the transcript. That was the biggest worry for me, because they told us 12 weeks is before they can put a transcript up in their website, and we were able to get it done in literally 20 days. I think we got it done in 20 days. So I'm just, Jason does a lot for the community here. He does the program, Kicks for Kids, and he helps a lot of families out with, especially people with their health. And this was an absolute pleasure for me to do this for him and help him to at least get into the house. And hopefully, as we, I'm going to get back in the gym again with you for another session pretty soon. Yeah. So, thank you everybody for watching, and I'm really happy for being able to do this for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.